guys, and welcome. We're just about to set up a game on Discord of a remote play of Man of War for my first, well, it's my second game officially, but the first game was so long ago, it was like 25 years ago, that it feels fresh and new and something that I really would like to experience again. So we've got Ben from Australia. He's currently on that screen, but he's not actually there as yet, so we're just waiting for him to pop online at some point to join us. But I thought in the meantime I can go through basically the fleets and what we're playing today, and yeah, what we got basically. So it's a 400 point game. We've got Ben's taking control of the pirate fleet, so they're all the same ships. There's nothing to differentiate between these war galleys to my Imperial war galleys over there. Exactly the same. You just got to nominate one as your flagship in each one, and the other two have to stay within 6 inch like a radius or cohesion with the other ship, your flagship. Basically, that's the main sort of basic rule. One of them will have your admiral on it, so I've chosen the one with the castle insignia on the pennant as my admiral. He's got a celestial wizard on board there. Each ship has 2 crew, and we decided to give ourselves 3. You get 1 free Man of War card, and we got an additional 2, so it was another 50 points we added on there. Because the 6 ships come to 300, because they're 150 per squadron, and then we got a wizard for 50, and then 2 cards for an additional 50. So I've got warrior priests. Okay, so they're really good when enacting some kind of boarding action against another ship. They give me some extra benefits for the melee in that case. I'm pretty sure you can put 2 cards on one ship. I think it's like 1 card per the below the waterline location. I believe that. I'm going to check with someone in my rulebook later to make sure that's correct, but I think that's okay what I'm doing there. And the other one's got the bull-headed insignia on the pennant, and that's my flagship for the other squadron. Ben's got his own cards and everything, so he's got his own set there in Australia, so which is good, so I don't have to do all that sort of maintenance myself. He can control his end. Place down the terrain as per the rules in the rulebook, so it's just like a random generation. You just roll a d6 and it tells you actually how many terrain pieces in a like a quadrant on the board. There are 4 quadrants. It's just a 4x4 table, keeping it very small. I think for remote play, the smaller the table, the better. I would have been happy to play this on a 3x3 actually. So I think 3x3 is perfect for such a small scale game. And the board, I just put it together today. It's pretty rough. I haven't finished it yet. You can see a massive seam line right through the center of it. I need to fix that up later. But it's basically just builder's insulation foam, which is like a light blue color anyway, and I sprayed it blue and dry brushed it with a blue and a white, and then I think I'm gonna tape up that seam and put some sort of textured paint on it, and then cover it up with some blue paint, so it'll be all seamless at some point. So, but yeah, the 2D terrain that comes with the set's really, really nice. I really like the colors, and it's very 90s, and yeah, I think it's quite very, very decent terrain to use as two-dimensional terrain for your games of Man of War. But eventually, obviously, I want to make some 3D terrain to bring the board into its 3rd dimension, really, because now it's sort of very flat. And terrain pieces like Epic, they're very, very small. So I like the scale of the game too. You don't need an awful lot of ships. You just need like a handful, maybe 10 max, really, for 1,000 points, which is probably the general sort of size that you play Man of War in anyway. That's the suggested size anyway. It started at 1,000 points, and of course you can go bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. So we're just doing the base game. These are the ships that come with the base set, and yeah, we'll see when Ben comes online. We can start to get underway. I'll try to do a small video for this, so just capturing like the post-turn events and what happened there. So we'll catch you soon. So we just completed the first turn, and me and Ben are under sail now, so we just got both of our squadrons moving and turning, and Ben's just talking through each individual turn and giving me some tips on the way, which has been very helpful. So yeah, we've just done our first turn, we've done the end phase, we've chucked in a spell each, and we're ready to start the second turn. So I'm going to roll for initiative now. So Ben, you ready with your dice, mate? Okay, let's roll. Roll a 1. Okay, me too. So the wind changes. Anti-clockwise on an odd double. Okay, so anti-clockwise. So here, yeah. Okay, so we're just finishing in the end phase of turn 2, and we just moved up again. Ben's moved up his ships. We're sort of now, sort of getting in position because we know that next turn is pretty crucial, that whoever wins the initiative will get to fire first, basically. So we had we had 2 rolls, 2 doubles, one being an odd, one being an even, that changed the wind direction a couple of times. But apart from that, resulted in no other incidents. I tried to cast a spell but failed, and we're about to head into turn 3, isn't it, already? So off we go. End of a bloody turn 3, and we have lots of action this time because we're in real close quarters now. And I won the initiative, and with this squadron here, they basically missed. They moved and missed everything they shot at. So Ben got away there with that one. So basically, seeing that I'd moved so close, he moved this fleet, or his detachment, or his squadron, I should say, and turned them and moved them across here to take a shot at these ships here. But I was lucky because all these shots missed. Then I activated this squadron. I rammed one of his ships because Ben said, hey, how about you try ramming, because you're only 6 inches away, so how about you try that? So I did, and it was so successful that I actually managed to board his ship. I rolled 2 6s for the boarding actions, killed both the crew, then scuttled the ship, and now it's sinking to the bottom of the ocean. So we claimed 2 victory points there, or 2 battle honours there for the Empire already, which was great to see. But my shooting's been absolutely woeful. Ben's had a couple of good shots, and on this ship here, basically there's no more oars and there's no mast now, so basically that's immobile for the rest of the game. But that's okay. I can just sit back and shoot because my cannons are still operational. So the wind's still as it was before. There's no changes there. Spells. Let's see. We tried to cast a spell, but nothing's actually come off yet. So it's been funny with magic. But we've got a couple of nice spells lined up for turn 4. So we'll see at the end of turn 4, guys. Yeah. Yeah, we just talking to Ben now, we just remembered halfway through this turn, in turn 4, that the wind, we're sailing into the wind, and I sailed into the wind, and Ben did also. Plus, which we should remember in future turns, so now for the 5th turn, we're going to certainly remember to do it correctly, because we both forgot. And also we've got this spell that's in effect, which it affects the whole seascape, and all ships moving under sails find themselves becalmed for this turn. So we're not really sure exactly what that term means, so we need to check, or if you can put in the comments what that term means and which page it is in the rulebook, as we just can't find it. I got really lucky again, and I managed to ram and sink another one of Ben's ships. So ramming has really been quite helpful for me actually this game. And but Ben has also shot at my ship that's immobilized, and he's put another damage on the ore deck. Oh no, sorry, that was before. And sorry, a damage on the below the waterline hit as well. And I think that was all. I think my 2 shots over there missed, and the other ship turned and did nothing, and I think it missed as well. I think they all missed actually in those shots, and I think Ben had a few misses as well. So that's the end of turn 4. So we're going to go into turn 5 and not forget about the wind this time. Okay guys, see you in the next turn. At the end of turn 5, and as you can see by how the ships all lined up here, we're all sort of really in close quarters and we're sort of just blasting each other left, right and centre. So the ship that went, that was sunk before is now debris. So we just changed the counter over to represent debris so it can be moved over without any penalty if ships need to move through it. But I got lucky again, and poor old Ben's, one of his pirate ships, his admiral ship, this time got rammed from the rear, and his poor old admiral got taken down with the crew on 2 successful boarding actions there. So unfortunate for Ben, but yeah, that ship's now part of the seascape. And what else happened? We've got Ben shot at one of my war galleys, this one here, and it lost its cannons, so it has no more cannons now. But my ship here retaliated and shot this ship, and it took out its mast, and it has no oars, so basically it's immobile. But the other 2 ships that Ben has are fine. There's no damage on those, they're okay. And apart from one of my ships that have lost its cannons, my other ships are, well, except for this one here. This one here is totally immobilized. It has cannons, but that's it. There's nothing else on it. There's no mast, there's no oars. And it's got 1 below the waterline damage. So it's been pretty bloody. That's right, Ben tried to cast a spell that was going to try to board my ship 3 inches away, which is quite a really good spell actually, but unfortunately he couldn't get it off. It would be nice to see that one come off actually, because I think that's quite a cool spell. But apart from that, we're ready to go into turn 6. So see you at the end of that. So we're then into turn 5. Pretty uneventful. I was just talking to Ben. We we're in such close vicinity, but we've just missed with everything we've had. But Ben did manage to hit my admiral ship. My admiral ship being this one here, and he took out the ore deck, which is sad because my admiral ship has got the best crew for doing boarding, so that's a shame. But it's good for Ben because he just did like a 180 turn on his oars and just shot him. Got very lucky with that one. Apart from that, nothing else happened. This ship here is just like totally immobilized, got no cannons, got no oars, so I don't know what to do with that guy. He's just going to have to sit there and hopefully survive the battle, I think. Maybe I can talk to Ben about I can't really move crew around, I guess, because then it'll be just kind of abandoned, and that doesn't make sense either. So yeah, I don't know what else to do with that guy yet, but hopefully maybe a spell or something can repair it or something like that. Maybe perhaps I pick up a spell that might do something in the future. But that's the end of turn 5, so we'll go into turn 6. Yeah, I think that was the end of turn 6. We've sort of lost track of the turns now. They've been so quick and fast and furious that, I think this is turn 6, could be turn 7, we don't know. But a few things happened. For Ben, it worked out really well because I rammed his this last remaining ship in his squadron here, but he rolled a 6 for the first boarding action. I think I rolled a 3, and the second one he rolled another 6 as he wanted to continue the boarding action and killing both of my crew. So now he's scuttling that one, which now we'll need to remove and place down a wreckage marker. Did I just move the wrong ship? I just moved the wrong ship. That's not Ben's ship, it's this one. Okay, so that was a bit messy of me. That has to come off anyway. So this one comes off and this one stays where it was. Okay, so sorry about that, Ben. I think I just moved it out of position there. Sorry, mate. But we got the idea. So that worked out really well for him. Apart from that, I don't think anything else happened apart from this ship here lost its sails and the oars and the cannon, so it's basically totally muted for the whole battle, basically. So yeah, we'll see what his fate turns up in the next round. Okay, so it goes in turn 7 or 8, I can't remember, with boss train. Okay, so we just reached the end of turn 8, we believe, or turn 7, we guess we lost count, but the most eventful things that happened was probably that I sunk another one of Ben's ships. In the end, it was going to be the last turn anyway, it's sort of getting late, especially for Ben because he's in Australia and we're playing remotely. We're playing through the Discord at the moment, through the tablet there, as you can see, as a camera. And I think it worked fairly successfully. I think Ben had a good time. Maybe this is his first remote experience. This is my first, or second time playing Man of War now. I really had a good time. I think it's a good fun game, especially if you're playing remotely, like just playing smaller games. Like this is 400 points, so it's got like a wizard and a couple of extra Man of War cards, but I think it's a really nice game, fun to play. There's a lot of things going on in the background, with lots of charts and tables you need to roll on for critical hits, and when you're doing boarding actions and spells that do go off, but unfortunately we just didn't have a lot of spell action. I did actually succeed in dispelling one of his spells, which would have been quite crippling for my guys if it did go off. So that was nice to see, that bit of anti-magic happening there and stopping Ben from doing something potentially nasty to one of my ships. So that was quite cool. But overall, really impressed with Man of War. I'm so glad I've invested time and money in getting it, and thanking people who have helped me out along the way as well to get this far, and that I have people who want to play remotely and maybe hopefully in person. So hopefully we can bring you a lot more Man of War action in future. I know that Marcel is really keen to play with me at some point remotely, so we're going to get that hopefully on the channel soon. And please leave comments below if you enjoyed this battle report. If you want to see, hopefully we can have like 4 games recorded in future, so that'll be nice to have, or sort of key moments or key dice rolls or something like that in the games in future. But I think for now it's been a good experience, so yes, look forward to more. Okay, so till then guys, thanks very much for your support, and catch you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.